All right, folks, we're back again, and I can assure you that we are starting to come to the end of our time with you. But we still have some more people we want to share and introduce you to, because again, we got some serious talent in the room here. And these are people that you need to hear from, because these are your colleagues. These are people who have seen the vision for where this industry is going, and they want to position themselves in front of the wave so that they can ride it instead of waiting until it comes crashing down on them. So you need to decide right now which one of those parts of the wave you want to be on. I would rather be riding the wave myself. I don't know. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we go. All right, so this is our leadership team. These are two of our most preeminent leadership coaches and trainers, and we're going to talk with them to find out a little bit about what they saw in the Village Connector system for them. So I'm going to start with Laura Mendalow. Sure. Laura, welcome. You are a relatively new member, and I want you to tell a little bit about what you do, and tell us a story about how you found out about us, too.
Yeah, sure. So my company, Mendalow Consulting Group, we focus on lead with intention. And what I mean by that is helping people be mindful and intentional about how they lead. And the way that I fell into the business, too, of creating my own business was really when my son was born. He was highly spirited child, if anybody has those highly spirited children. And I said...
That's actually code for something else, but we're gonna leave it at highly spirited.
That's a nice way of saying it. And, you know, I could not figure out how to connect with him. And I said, I teach this stuff. I do interpersonal communication and leadership, and I can't connect with my own son. And I realized I really need to embody this leadership work. And so by stepping into it, I really changed the way that I thought about leadership. So I talk about parent as leader. I talk about an executive as leader. And I really teach people to lead across all domains of their life. So the story of how I got here is that being mindful of myself, I really started focusing on myself and figuring out what do I need to do to create a business model that I can really reach more people. And I realized blogging is it wasn't working for me. I'm just, I know I'm supposed to, I'm Gen X, so, I'm like, I get it, I see the value, but I just don't really take the time to do it. And I knew that video was much easier for me, and I knew that that's really where I wanted to be. So I was looking for a place to come to a studio. Many people have talked about this, to find a professional place where I can do some video blogs, basically. I found this studio. I was like, this is it. Great. This is what I'm going to leverage it for. And then I think you had emailed me just a couple weeks after that and said, by the way, we're starting this whole online community. So
exactly.
If that was enough, then it just built on from there.
Now you touched on something that's very important, which is the value of video.
Yeah.
One of the things, blogging is a great component in your awareness system and of course delivering value, but one of the things that is critical to being able to inspire people at the highest level is being able to engage them with all of the senses. Yeah. One of the things nice about video is that they see you, they feel your body language, they can see the expression on your face, the passion with which you're delivering. That's what makes you so effective, is that you are incredible in front of the camera. And so I know that this works for you because you are exactly who should be taking advantage of it, and you saw that for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, part of this story that you may not have articulated
your,
as well
your part.
was that
your
colleague from the International Coaching Federation, Irvine Nugent, I'll mention him by name, he actually had come here to attend an event. And he went on a tour during one of the breaks, didn't really say much of anything, just, oh yeah, this is nice, I like this. He called me out of the blue one day and said, okay, I'm ready to join. Didn't have any other contact. He gave me his credit card information on their own, came in and just started in the studio. Just get in, get involved, He, again, like you, saw the value and saw where it played a role in his business. And when it was right, when the timing was right, he was ready to do it.
Yeah.
So, and then of course the rest of the story was that he said, hey, there's this place down in Laurel that you need to check out. You're going to do video. It's a great place to go.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we appreciate that referral.
I have to tell you too that, so just having the studio is a great benefit to me, but your inspiration, your creativity, your energy really inspires me as well. I mean, it's grown my vision tremendously. Just our conversation, it was last week, you were talking about the current technology and the conference you went to. Well, I went home. I was so jazzed. I got an account. I'm already thinking about online, video conferences. And I mean, it's just really spurred so much creativity in me, just being around you and the community. So I just wanted to share that.
Well, thank you for that. And so, but you raised something else very important. I'm not the only person here who creates inspiration when we sit down to discuss ideas. The fact is that when we come together as a community, we have that opportunity to engage and interact with each other. That conversation could just as easily have been with the man to your left
and
here.
We just got started tonight.
Now that you, yes.
So it's wonderful.
So I appreciate that, but just understand that that is a dynamic that takes place daily here, whether Glenn is in the house or not. But it's an important component of what we're talking about. So many of us as business owners allow ourselves to be isolated. And when you're isolated, you very rarely, unless you get real good at having a conversation with yourself, benefit from those conversations at the level that you do when you have them with other people. So I'm glad that you find that to be a benefit, because that's one of my favorite things about being here, is being able to engage with people, share with them ideas, help them to expand their vision, see more for themselves than they might have seen by themselves.
Exactly.
And so I'm glad that you benefited from that. Now, I want to talk with this guy over here, because Dr. Ray Charles has been with us for a year and a half now. He has had the opportunity to benefit from the marketing consulting.
Yes.
He has spoken at events here. He has hosted events here.
Yes.
He has recorded in the studio.
Yes.
He's created his lessons. He's gone through his interview, his infomercial interview.
Yes.
So you've sampled the complete buffet here, and you've had a chance to pick my brain. So, and I'm going to start charging extra for that.
Very
now,
much
but
so.
But Dr. Ray, please tell us a little bit about what you do. You're also in leadership. Tell us what your approach is with leadership. You've got a very unique approach to it.
My approach to leadership is very much the leader from within. The name of my company is the KIP Group, and KIP is an acronym for Keep Investing in People.
I love that.
And my whole mantra whenever I'm hired to speak or keynote or consult with a company is if you invest in the people, you get a return on the business. Oftentimes, when I meet one-on-one with a CEO, I said, before we can even talk about investing in your people, let's talk about investing in yourself. Let's talk about what are some of the self-limiting beliefs that you may have that is impeding you from executing at your maximum potential as a leader. And I think that is so fitting in terms of my membership here at the Village Connector Education. When I came here, Glenn, I came here with a lot of information. There's a quote that says that we are starving for knowledge and we are drowning in information. What you helped me in my one-on-one, you helped to draw out, you helped to bring out that knowledge that is in me that I can then convert in a marketable form. And that's really what education is. Education comes from the Latin word educare, which means to bring out or to draw out or to lead forth. You were able to go past all of the information that I came in raw as a member, and you drew out that core, unique selling proposition that was in me that I can then go and market to my clients.
And we had some fun doing it too.
We did.
I thoroughly
and that's
enjoyed
the
our time
value
together. Yep.
to our audience. You may have the information, but you may be starving for the knowledge of that marketing strategy. That is just one of the core. There's a whole lot of value in the membership, but as a recipient, I can speak firsthand about the value.
Now, I know that you value the membership because you've actually referred 2 or 3 other members to become members.
Yes.
So it's not just a matter of sounded like a good idea at the time. You have actually told other people to come, just like Laura was recommended. In fact, the vast majority of our members are recommended by other people who have joined.
Yes.
A young lady that you're going to hear from later has been with me for over 8 years now, and half the people that are members of this program came through her, including you.
Absolutely.
So the point is that that's how we know that we are being effective, that we're doing the right thing, that we've created a value here, is that not only are people willing to join, but they're willing to recommend to other people that matter to them.
Yes.
And so that is, for me, the litmus test of whether or not something makes sense.
Sure.
So Dr. Ray, Laura, thank you so much for
Thank you so
sharing
much.
these stories. We're going to obviously be back again this time next month, or actually the weekend of November 1.
Okay.
We're going to be launching this program to the audience of people who need the content that you have, the knowledge that you have to share. Today's event was about helping public speakers, trainers, coaches, authors, and educators to come plug into what we're doing so that you can take advantage, so that this could be your story, so that you can create something better for yourself than you had prior to now. The best time to get started with something is always now. The longer you wait to get in place, get something in place, the longer you are delaying your success. We want to create success stories here. We're going to create success stories here. We are creating success stories here. Why not make it your story? So, Dr. Ray, Laura, thank you for joining us tonight. I know you all could have been doing anything on a Sunday night. There's baseball on, there's football on, there,
That's right.
there's all whatever. But I appreciate your
The
coming out
value
and
is
sharing
here.
with us. The value was here, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So, guess what we're going to do right now, folks? We're going to take a quick break for me to head over in that direction, and we're going to be bringing this thing a little bit further home for you. But I promise you that there's still more important information for you. I don't want you to go anywhere. We'll be right back.